Have you ever wondered if there was more to life than what meets the eye? The meaning of your own life? Surely there must be more to life than this. Come and join young minds journeying together, finding meaning in life.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Food for Thought. I've got the usual suspects with me, and today's topic, or what I wanted to focus on, was a lot of young people find that in our journey throughout life, especially with the work situation, we find ourselves being stuck. So, when you come across a situation of being stuck, how do you use faith, or how does your faith guide you through that process of being stuck? So,
Okay, I'll start. I'll use an example of a time where I felt as if I was stuck. There are many times where I do feel like that. But there was a situation where I don't want to give too much detail. That's the jump is.
oh,
I feel like anyway, so there was this very, very, very big thing happening in my life, and you are used to having. I'm used to having Uspesihle as my big brother, and he plays that role as my big brother. And then all of a sudden he switches up on me, and the one person that I trusted with my whole life turns, and I feel alone because I always knew that they were there. So when they turn and I won't say face the other side, or they turn and we just become people who are no longer on the same page. So you feel as if, okay, what do I do now? I have people surrounding me, but the ones that I always look to are no longer there. So you feel as if, you know what, it's high time, I'm stuck, I'm gone. In that time, I asked my mom for advice. She was filled with anger at that time. So she was ready to fight. My mom is not a fighter, trust me. My mom is not a fighter. But during those days, she was ready to fight. And I don't know what calmed me down, and I was like, no, ma, God will fight it for me. And I remember my brother used to stay in Cape Town, I think, by the time, so I was using his room. So I remember praying, and actually I didn't even pray, I was crying my eyes out. But the whole thing happened, it was so magical, my heart healed, and I realized that God made that situation happen at that specific time because he wanted me to stand on my own without these pillars that I thought I had. And he wanted to show me people and how people work in life, and for me to stop being so dependent on certain people and to depend on him. So I feel me being stuck at that time, my answer came through something that I wasn't even asking for an answer from God. I was just like, oh God, it's bad. Like, what do I do now? Like, oh my gosh. But like, I wasn't looking for an answer from God, but he just brought an answer that became my way of life and how I see and view people. I'm a person who loves people, and I love them too hard to the point where I hurt myself. So that phase in my life taught me, girl, love people, but come back to yourself always. Yeah. So there was one instance.
okay, like it's really what to say, and it's powerful. Also, I'm just like, I'm hurt. Like, wow, why have you forsaken me? Oh, wow. But no. I like the fact, Uzi, you say, Uzi, you were relying on Abantu, and you were finding Abantu because Abantu ba umzimba, and umzimba uyakhathala, and umzimba weak. So you had to find a different pillar.
Yeah.
Which you found was God.
God, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like that. Right.
Actually, yeah, being stuck sometimes it's just, I believe, sometimes it's all in the mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all in the mind, because sometimes you born abantu beba successful and then you compare yourself with those people.
Yeah.
Ungazibheki wena ukuthi uNkulunkulu izinto asekwenzele zona empilweni yakho, you forget to be grateful about the things esenzekile,
Yeah.
and you start focusing on other people.
Yeah.
I think kuqala lapho ukuthi
Okay.
you start saying, I'm stuck, I'm not going anywhere. Where else mhlawumbe uNkulunkulu khona izinto akusiza ngayo. And I would say, let us focus on ourselves first.
Alright.
And look at ourselves, look at our lives, and identify lezo zinto engasifukula ukuze siye phambili.
Yeah.
And sifune labo bantu abangasiza. And it's not enough ukuthi sithi si stuck and then bese sihlala kanjani. If you feel stuck, just go out and work your head out.
Okay.
Uthi njengoba ngistuckile, I need to go to church. From abantu basesontweni, there are people who are willing to help.
Yeah.
Mhlambe angisebenzi, anguthola umsebenzi. Let me do something at least. I'm volunteer somewhere. Let me do some voluntary work and see ukuthi kwenzakalani ngempilo yami. From there, maybe uNkulunkulu kunamathuba awabekile. Sometimes amathuba awabekile uNkulunkulu awekho available kuthina ngoba thina esingafuna ukuthi sisukume la sikhona ebese siyahamba siyaphambili.
Okay.
You know, sometimes we need to work sisuke la sihlezi khona. And khona abantu abathi, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
I've been trying, I've been knocking kulomnyango, ifike kuvaliwe, I've been knocking kulomnyango, ifike kuvaliwe. But that should not make us give up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ingakho ngithi, let's go back to ourselves first.
Yeah.
Singabuka abanye abantu bephumelela, say uPhiliswa usephumelele and mina sasiwo classmate naye.
Yeah.
And namanje mina I'm still stuck lana, angazi ukuthi ngenzani. I've been looking at my life as a seminarian. Some of my friends manje bahamba ngeimoto eziphezulu. They have cars, some of them sebeshadile manje, and I'm still in the seminary ngisafunda mina. Some of them bathenga izindlu zabo sebe right ngempilo. But ekugcineni fanele ngibheke mina ukuthi what is it that I want with my life. And into kufanele si realize ukuthi asingarush ezinye izinto asingarush ukungena system. Because abanye umuntu uqeda isikole abona impilo yabanye, khona abantu izinto ezivele zihlanganele. Ezazalwa imphethe ezithi kuvele kuvuleke. And we have to recognize ukuthi asifani uNkulunkulu akasibusisile ngendlela efanayo.
Like uyakhuluma, and I'm sure umuntu who's listening to you might find themselves asking, you bring up two important points. Sorry to paraphrase you, Utanjani, I just want some clarity. Are you saying, the first being, when you find yourself in a situation of comparison, you are forgetting about what you do have and instead focusing on izinto that you do not have? So in order to get out of this situation, you need to stop focusing on izinto ongenazo and lean more into izinto into gratitude. Okay. Second thing, are you saying, when you are feeling stuck, like physically, the act of moving, whether it be walking or whether it be exercising or whether it be focusing on your spiritual health, is the transition you out of lesser space? Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. And being stuck is not only about being successful in life, just making it in terms of material things. It is also being in a position where you feel stagnant in life in terms of prayer. Where you feel like, I'm praying, but nothing is happening. Don't seem to have that connection with God. That's mhlambe uzobona abanye abantu bethu uma besandaza, abanye baphakamisa izandla, abanye baze baphuma inyembezi. I want to be that person. And inkinga iqala lapho, you start looking at other people. Just focus on yourself, work on yourself, kancane kancane, and ungabi hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Okay. I'm so sorry to cut
No.
But there's something beautiful in what you just said that reminded me of what my cousin said is on. We have these virtual, like this is a Bible study, but in calls. So meshumayeli umzala wami uthi we focus so much on umngcwabo, umuntu azayithengela i-casket yakhe, aplane ne-outfit yomngcwabo, and we forget ukunakekela the soul ezobe sisele afterwards. And ngibuyisela to your point yokuthi yes, my friend is successful, yes, ubani is successful, but if I'm content with myself, and I'm content with my soul, and I'm content with whatever it is engizoyishiya la emhlabeni, izosala la emhlabeni, engihamba nakho la ngiyakhona, ku-right yini kona. I think that's beautiful.
Cool. It is.
Oh, man, I was speechless. Like everything that I wanted to say, brother,
Yeah.
I guess it speaks to every one of us.
Yeah,
Because
true.
umuntu nomuntu at some point was stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably you can share lawa was stuck upon ukuthi ikuphi lawa was stuck upon.
Okay, about when you talk about being stuck, when Father say when you preach, he would always say that we shouldn't compare chapter 1 way 2 no chapter 5 and that is what we tend to do as as human beings. We're busy, we seeing people on Instagram with slay queens, you're like, oh my god, oh my word,
Office get to buy now.
Exactly. And you're thinking, Ish, what do I have? What have I done with my life? We always compare ourselves with each other and isn't materialistic. For me personally, I feel like I've been stuck spiritually. And I really didn't know what's in Chinese, but it has come. Like I've had a revelation as to why I've been feeling stuck spiritually. Now I would say, abantu abekhuleka noma beshumayela, and you're like, yo, because you feel like lento zoyisho is not gonna make an impact. I that's just how I feel with Minaga. I just feel like I'm stuck spiritually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say we should always remember, we'll see, we are, some my paths are different. Different journeys, and God has a plan for us. As though, even though we will make plans for ourselves, but then, in the word of the Lord, it always says that we can make all plans, but the Lord's plan shall prevail. So we should just make peace, trust in God, and as a brother, on Holy Saturday, move forward.
I so sorry.
No, don't apologize.
There's just one beautiful thing you just said that so I'll quote them. So my cousin once said, whenever we used to have inkonzo as a family, he'd feel as if we'd all look at him and be like, and he's always felt the pressure, even when he's not up for it, he has to put up that front. And akathandi ukuba iskorasa wonke umuntu. And then it came a time where lockdown happened and everybody just went, we couldn't do it anymore as a big family. So now that's where amakhono abantu bayibona ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukushumayela. Ibuyela back to what brother said. Go back to yourself. Stop watching ukuthi ubani bani, because it took ukuthi hlukane nalowo muntu esasimbukela phezulu sithi we can't do what he does. Ukuze ubone na ukuthi no, actually God blessed all of us. Naye unokwakhe kodwa nawe unokwakho.
And I also want to say, Upiliswa mentioned the idea of she's being stuck spiritually, and Ugoshonje would say, you know what, that's okay. That's okay, because at times we will all feel like my go-to thing more than anything else when I'm stuck. First thing I do, I sleep. I sleep, and then okay, when I wake up, I can go into, it's almost like my mind is refreshed. And two prayers that have really guided me. I love the prayer of St. Francis. It really speaks to where I am at the moment. So wherever I'm at, but the prayer that really guides me or that really leads my life is the serenity prayer. I like the idea of serenity, where you say, God, grant me the serenity, the peace of mind to accept the things I cannot change. So, I cannot change at the moment. Courage to change the things I can. Like the past is in the past. The past cannot be changed. The past is what it is. Whether I'm flopile or whether I've lost my family members in the past or my support structure, but I cannot go back there. I cannot change that. But whatever it is I cannot change, give me the courage to be able to change lezo. And finally, which I think is the most important, most poetic thing, is the wisdom to know the difference. Because sometimes we fight against situations we cannot change. And because we cannot change those situations, and we do not have the wisdom to know, I cannot change this whole situation, I keep on fighting and losing battle. But the wisdom to know what is the difference between something I can change and something I cannot change. Because if you focus too much on the past, you can beat yourself bloody and blue. But but what I can change is where I'm going from this point moving forward. And I think that really gets me out of Iraq.
Okay. So your point is, we can be stuck emotionally as well. Being stuck entweni esezenzakali. Mhlambe kwesinye isikhathi, as young people, we get stuck entweni esezenzakala high school. But they are still affecting us, ngisho sesisevasithi, ngisho sesisomsebenzi, because umuntu wangibizanga into ethize
in the past.
And leyo nto njalo iyavuka whenever kukhona into eyenzakala. So we can be stuck emotionally ey'ntweni ey'thize esezenzakala. Maybe mhlambe as umuntu omusha angakhulela emndenini wawungangithandi. And uma sengiqhubeka nempilo yami, I still feel ukuthi mina angithandwa. I'm not open to love because nami angithandwa. Ngizibuke njengomuntu ongathanda, I can be stuck kuleyo nto leyo. Probably mhlambe i-background engisuka kuyona. Ngibe stuck ekutheni ekhaya bekho right, ekhaya akuphilwa kahle.
And focus too much on that.
Yes, focus too much on that. Ukhohlwe izinto onazo ongazenza, your capability yokwenza izinto namandla uNkulunkulu akunikeze wona nezinto uNkulunkulu akuphe zona. Sometimes we can be stuck emotionally as well.
Asibambe lapho isashisa ke. Guys, having heard from us sharing how we personally deal with being stuck, how do you relate to the idea of being stuck? How do you get yourself out of a situation where you are stuck or you feel there's no movement in your life? How do you lean on your faith in order to push you past Leo point, Leo? Get in touch with us, comment, and let us engage on this issue. I would like to leave you as we leave with the second part of Matthew 6 verse 10. That will be done. Whatever happens in your life, whatever you're going through, just trust God. Your will be done.
Can I just interject one thing? I know you ended off in a smooth note, but I just want to share what happened to me a few weeks ago. I shared my story, and in me sharing my story in front of so many people, it encouraged one person to come to me and speak to me. So if we can, find a place where you can share your story and people will come to you and find healing in you, all right?
So remember, you are not alone.
Have you ever wondered if there was more to life than what meets the eye? The meaning of your own life? Surely there must be more to life than this. Come and join young minds journeying together, finding meaning in life.